Support for S-Town comes from Nooks Homes, the all-in-one store that lets you create a beautiful home. Add new rooms and expand your house with an easy-to-pay-off loan. Make your home your own with the ability to customize look and feel, room size, furniture, and more. For your first renovation, head to Nooks Homes and talk to Tom Nook. Nooks Homes. Spend it bigger. After the rain, or the snow, your shovel connects in the damp earth to something hard. And this time, it's not a fossil. It's something far stranger. Some kind of fire hydrant, but with a face contorted into a scream. You feel a twinge of disgust, sure, but also desire. And once you've found one, you know there'll be another, drawn to the soil's surface like a kind of earthworm, only one that has arms and a face and toots. A gyroid, for that's what this is, can take many guises. One might wear a bow tie and sound like a saxophone. One might gargle like a sheep that's been to see a dental hygienist. Or maybe you'll find one that sounds like a beautiful music box. Once you've fixed it up, or wiped it down I guess, you'll have to find somewhere to put it. Do you leave it to shimmy for infinity next to your dice stereo? Will you hide it with your other secret shames in your basement? Or let it grace the stage of a local nightclub? And you've seen them before, of course. Gathering dust in a barista's private collection. Left out in all weathers collecting funds for a wind turbine. Or in and out of the retail store where it's been pawned for bells by a desperate villager who lost it all on the stock market. You can't know for sure what to do with it, because there are never instructions with a gyroid. An object that strange doesn't come with a manual. In S-Town, you're sometimes left wondering if you've spent hours going down a path that will likely take you nowhere, and all you've got is this collection of warbloids which you don't really want, yet can't bear to part with. So yeah, all this talk of gyroids is pretty weird. But then, S-Town is a pretty weird place, and I should know. I'm the mayor. I'm your mayor, David Thayer, and this is S-Town, a podcast about Animal Crossing from High Score Club. In this episode, I'll be talking to my guest mayors about the more mysterious aspects of Animal Crossing. The Animal Crossing series is unusual, and perhaps unique, in how committed it is to revealing itself in real time. You can't blast through it. You could play one of the games 24 hours a day for a week and not see everything it has to offer. In fact, all you'd see is what that particular week has to offer before having a serious think about your life choices. You can't play through all of it in March and expect to see what happens at Halloween. You have to wait until the 31st of October in real life. And if you don't turn your console on that evening, too bad. You've missed Halloween. That said, you don't have to play for very long before you encounter things that soon become an accepted part of the world, but which don't really make any sense. Like gyroids, of course. And pigeon milk. Hang on, pigeon milk?
Oh, I don't... Can you milk a pigeon in Animal Crossing? Did he offer me pigeon? Is it his milk?
This is what I'm trying to get to the bottom of.
Oh, no.
What?
You're in Brewster's, having
yes.
a nice hot cup of coffee.
Yep.
He's got a house blend. You're very lucky to have been given the house blend.
Yeah.
Do you turn down the pigeon milk, or do you
Does
love
he
a
offer
splash?
pigeon milk?
Yeah.
He offers pigeon milk. I'll take it.
No, I think you should drink the coffee pure. I think that's what he'd want.
Do he?
Yeah.
But he's a pigeon.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to have to express pigeon milk every time.
Is that what he does?
Or where do you think he gets it?
I don't know. What is pigeon milk?
Do pigeons have nipples?
Ever been curious about what pigeon milk is?
No.
What do you think it might be?
I'm hoping it's the milk from... Wait, birds don't have nipples.
No.
They don't, are you sure?
No, they're not mammals, are they? They're birds.
Or what do you think it is then?
I know what it is.
What is it?
You don't have any theories?
I mean,
Have you heard of it
I don't know what you're insinuating.
Oh my god. It's not pigeon jism, is it? Oh god.
I'd never really... Maybe I just blocked it out. If he's milking himself, I don't know if I want that kind of establishment in my town.
I think he takes offence if you don't say yes to the pigeon milk. I've always said yes, so I'm not sure.
So if he aggressively makes you drink his own milk? I'm not letting you leave the shop until you drink my milk.
I think it's more like you can't get the coffee mini game unless you've...
I've definitely got the coffee mini game,
Right.
so I've definitely drunk his milk.
So have you up until this point assumed that pigeon milk was something that Animal Crossing had made up and it's just part of Animal Crossing?
Yeah, I just assumed that maybe it's pigeon branded milk and it actually comes from cows or other mammals.
Well, I mean, I wondered this, and I always assumed it was some quirky Animal Crossing
It
thing.
can't. Yeah.
But it is a thing. It's a real thing. Yeah.
You can milk a pigeon.
Not in so many words. I wouldn't recommend anyone listening try to milk a pigeon. But I can tell you that it has another name, crop milk. It comes from certain types of birds.
What?
And it's a secretion from the lining of the crop of a parent bird that is regurgitated to young birds.
Oh no.
It's found among all pigeons and doves, where it's referred to as pigeon milk.
Wait, what is it? So they regurgitate pigeon milk?
Yes.
They stick it back up?
So it's like a mucus with food in it.
Yep.
Good God.
But it's sick.
Yes.
So I've drunk a cup of pigeon sick.
Crop milk bears little physical resemblance to mammalian milk, the former being a semi-solid substance, somewhat like pale yellow cottage cheese.
Oh no.
Is it what they feed baby birds?
That's the worst gift of knowledge you could have ever given.
It's just not what I expected from Animal Crossing.
No.
But the good news, it's extremely high in protein and fat,
Oh good.
containing higher levels than cow or human milk. It's also been shown to contain antioxidants and immune-enhancing
It
factors.
sounds quite good now you put it like that.
Like mammalian milk, crop milk contains IgA antibodies. It also contains some bacteria. Unlike mammalian milk, which is an emulsion, pigeon crop milk consists of a suspension of protein-rich and fat-rich cells that proliferate and detach from the lining of the crop.
Cock milk.
Crop.
CROP.
Lactation in birds is also controlled by prolactin, which is the same hormone that causes lactation in mammals. So, that's according to Wikipedia, pigeon milk is a real thing.
Wait, so they lactate, but inside of them, then they
Regurgitate it.
And does
Yeah.
it come from ladybirds or dude birds?
I think it doesn't matter. The parents.
Oh.
Well, it's certainly very nutritious. I don't think that's in doubt.
I don't really eat meat, but you know what it's like when you're British, like people get squeamish about offal, even though it's delicious. This sounds like it's probably the same thing, right? Oh, no. I don't want you like milky mucus from your plasma sac, but it sounds like it's great.
I mean, if you're one of those people who drinks the coffee that's been pooped out of a rodent, why not wash it down with some pigeon milk?
Exactly.
It's kind of reminding me of Mongolian yak butter tea or something like that. It's reminding me of that, like it's solid and oily and they put it into tea or coffee.
It's probably a similar thing, yeah.
Well, I'm kind of glad that I've refused the pigeon milk. Does he express it beforehand? Does he express it there and then if you demand it for your coffee?
I'm sure we would have seen it, because I have it every time. We would have seen him expressing it. But it's only recently that I've become curious enough to actually look it up in case there's more to it than I realised, and there is. It's a real thing.
I am bewildered.
That kind of interaction had never set in my brain. I love going into Brewster's, but I'd actually never questioned that before. That's interesting.
I only questioned it very, very recently in the process of doing this.
Maybe that's his way of being kind to other villagers, because, you know, it's usually reserved for their young. Maybe he's taking like a paternal liking to the villagers who come and visit him in his coffee shop, which, by the way, I had to raise quite a lot of funds for to bring him into town.
Yeah, it's a building, isn't it? Public work.
Yeah.
It's worthwhile, though. Now you've got ready access to pigeon milk.
Well, yeah. I have mixed feelings about that.
And how easy is it to make into a latte?
Apparently fine. Brewster is able to do it whenever he wants. So we've all learned something today. Apologies to Martin, Charlie and Ho for having to drop that truth bomb on them. Just goes to show that sometimes the truth can be a salty milk to swallow. In the last episode, we paid a visit to the Roost, the cafe run by Brewster, who, as we just heard, puts a lot of love into his coffee. But as some listeners will know, pigeon milk isn't his only area of interest, as Ho explains.
I did quite enjoy the fact that you could strike up a friendship with Brewster, and if you drank enough of his coffee, he'd tell you about gyroids, because he could spot one in the background of his cafe. So I heard that if you drank 7 cups of coffee in a row, like once a day, you would be able to open up gyroid storage. But I'd never managed to get 7 days in a row. It's a busy lady.
Yeah.
Don't have time to log into Animal Crossing every day.
Well, luckily I did have time to log into Animal Crossing every day, and I have unlocked that gyroid storage.
I just have a big cupboard full of gyroids.
So does Brewster.
Oh, yeah.
But not in New Leaf, unfortunately.
Not in New Leaf?
No.
Oh.
So maybe that's why you haven't done it.
Oh, maybe. What happens if you drink loads of coffee in New Leaf?
Well, you can work as a barrister.
A barrister? As a lawyer?
A barista. Yeah. If you drink enough coffee, you can become a lawyer
Wow.
and work out of the roost.
Wow.
You can take people's orders. Each villager will give you their preferences. They'll say, I like to have my coffee black and whatever. And then you have to correctly give them their orders. And then you can earn packets of ground coffee or coffee beans. But I don't know what you do with them once you've got them.
You just eat them?
I presume so. I don't know. First of all, it's exciting that in New Leaf you could get takeaway coffee.
Yeah.
But then it's also exciting that you could give other people coffee, but I've never figured out why. Oh, apparently you'd like this. If you're successful in that, you can earn exclusive Brewster gyroids.
Get out.
No, that's true.
Oh my god, I'm going to have to get back into it.
Yeah, I think I need to do that as well.
I'm going to do that right now.
Well, maybe wait until afterwards.
Okay, fine.
That barrister-barista mix-up has given me an idea for a game called Order in Court! The courtroom drama where, due to a series of comic misunderstandings, you play a barista who has to win over the jury on a murder case by getting their elaborate coffee orders exactly right and grinding your beans in front of the judge under extreme time constraints. And what's at stake is nothing less than the very justice system itself, and your reputation as a barista. But I digress. What are gyroids? These dancing fire hydrants Brewster covered so much.
I think they're sort of fascinating but also disgusting. Like, I absolutely hate them. I've got no idea what the purpose is. Genuinely no idea. I hate having, like... So, I know I get sucked into collecting things so easily, like Pokemon cards, Zums, whatever. And so gyroids is just another thing to get collected. But also, I don't know the fact that I don't understand them.
But they don't horrify you enough to just sell them
Well, it's because I feel
outright, because they're
bad.
worth quite a lot.
Because they've got faces, so I don't like selling them. What frustrate? Oh, there's a really good comic. I can't remember who it's by, but it's like someone in Animal Crossing gets trapped down a hole, and then they just get left there and compressed until they become a gyroid, and that's how gyroids are formed.
That's creepy.
Gyroids, don't get them, don't want to get them. I feel like it's the kind of thing where if you put them all in a special line, like a gaping hellmouth would open up and then they'd be like, we're free. And then they'd all kind of turn into dust.
I just thought you did have a few of them in the back of a few rooms.
Yeah, but I don't put them in houses.
Right.
I've often gifted villagers things to try and remove them from houses of other people.
Wow.
It's like a kind of, I feel like it's a level of like a dark lore that I don't want to get into.
I really don't like them. What are they? Why do they kind of move like that? And why do they make such annoying and strange noises? The only ones I kind of like are the ones that Brewster gives me because I like Brewster so much. But like the day when all of your fossil holes are full of gyroids instead, that's like the worst day. It sucks. And in Club LOL, the comedy guy, Dr. Shrunk, he has loads on his stage. And I just wanted to get rid of them, but you can't get rid of them. You can only swap them for other gyroids. That just annoyed me so much.
I think they're fascinating. You know, are they fossilised remains of old villages? Why do they appear after it rains?
Oh, yeah.
So what is it about the water that brings them to the surface? And why does Brewster collect them?
Oh, man. Are they dead villagers? Are they dead villagers?
I mean, that feels too dark for Animal Crossing.
You're blowing my mind.
Kind of explain why they want to keep them around.
Oh man. What if it was?
In the first Animal Crossing that I played, the GameCube one, gyroids were more ubiquitous in a way. So they used to, instead of having a letterbox, you'd have a gyroid outside your house.
Oh, like you do when you have like a new public works project?
Exactly, yeah. And it's kind of arms with flail around. And they felt like they were kind of helpful beings. I do like the way that they are in sync with music.
Yeah, and like I think if you get a full set, they like make a little song or something.
Do they? I didn't know that. I'm always selling them because I just ran out of space for them after a while. But maybe I should try and get a full set.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had one in my house or anything. Like never.
Not even one.
I think I tried maybe having a Brewster one for a couple of days and then just got rid of it because it freaked me out too much. I just didn't like the way it kind of. I'm doing the movement as I'm talking about it, but the way, the kind of arms and everything, just never really liked them at all. I just kind of don't want them to be there.
I could never bring myself to part with them, but I was never a big fan of them.
They were just there, always playing in your
There's a special wing of the museum.
They're a menace.
Yeah?
They're a menace to society. I don't like gyroids.
Right.
In the GameCube version, I had a basement full of them. And the grand idea would be that eventually I would have the set that made the most pleasing musical arrangement, which I still would be interested in. But the problem was, it's just too big a task. It's too many gyroids. The task of creating that music is too great because it involves a lot of toing and froing back from a cupboard, more gyroids, what's the right amount. There'd be so much trial and error that it just didn't seem worth it anymore. And so from that point on, I sell all my gyroids.
It's cold.
It's cold, but I think you were the first person to bring up to me the idea of having a museum exhibit, which to me seems like the right thing to do with them. But again, it still has the same problem. Which gyroids do you pick? Is there a checklist for gyroids?
So in Let's Go to the City, Brewster, once you have the right relationship with him, will store one of each gyroid for you. So you can go and keep all your gyroids in his storage because he likes to collect them. If you look behind his desk, there's little gyroids. His desk,
That sounds
behind his
familiar
counter.
now you mention it.
So it felt that way that there was a way to try and collect them all.
What do you think gyroids are?
So in the GameCube version, you had a gyroid outside your house, waggling its
It was
arms.
your save point.
I think you had to save by getting in your bed, didn't you? Or did you?
I
I think it was your post box almost.
Maybe. I think it had a lot of functions. I think it had some kind of options menu.
It was your connection to the menu for the game.
Okay.
And still, gyroids are employed now when there's a public work going on.
Yeah.
It feels like they are automatons of some kind. Maybe they are growing naturally out of the soil. They take on the properties of different things.
I've always imagined that they were alien life forms that are in the ground due to meteorites. I don't know where I'm getting this from.
That makes sense. But yeah, they could have been buried there. They could then take on the properties of...
But you're right, some have honest jobs overseeing building sites.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more.
And I wonder if they took them out, if they stopped making them your kind of letterbox or whatever, because it was just too weird. Because it was definitely one of the weirdest things in the game.
It's great that they're there. I should say that I've chosen to not go after gyroids as a matter of kind of prioritising my day in Steamtown. But it's great that they're there, the mystery in the game. But I hope it's a mystery that is never solved.
I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
You know how I feel about Hyrule Astoria. It was a mistake. Don't over-explain things. Same with the gyroids.
I feel like there's less of a timeline in Animal Crossing to worry about.
Love that the next Animal Crossing is some weird prequel all about the gyroids.
Yeah. Gyroid Town. It could definitely be a mini-game of some kind, I think.
I guess.
I love gyroids. I've liked them since the first game. I still do stupid things like pretend to be a gyroid when I'm with my brother. My arms flapping around, making weird noises. But he gets what it is, so it's not that weird.
That'd be weird for the other people watching.
There's not usually many other people around when I'm pretending to be a gyroid. Yeah, gyroids are great. So I like to collect the whole family. I think there's 4 different types of gyroids for each group of them. So I think there's a mega one, a tall one, a squat one, and a mini one.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and so I like to collect them to make different soundscapes in my home. Like, that's my favourite thing to do. So yeah, I think in Wild World I had a specific collection that went in my room that kind of accompanied the theme of my room. I think in New Leaf, I think I just collected loads of gyroids and just put them in my room, and I'd set different ones off to have different kind of like vibes in my room. So I was never really into collecting KK Slider records, but I did like to collect the gyroids to create soundscapes for my home.
So is that your favourite thing about them, the sound? What's the core thing that you like about them?
The sounds, probably, but I just love that they're mysterious and weird as well. Like, what are they? Why are they in the ground? Why do they appear so frequently? And you never really can tell when they're going to be found in the ground. Like, is it going to be a fossil? Is it going to be a gyroid?
Well, I believe it's after there's been some precipitation.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I never figured that out.
After it's rained or snowed.
I did not know that. Oh, well, that probably explains why I haven't found very many over the summer. Well, that's interesting to know. I never knew that.
So I misremembered. Actually, in the GameCube game, you have a gyroid and a letterbox outside your house. Fancy. But what if maybe there doesn't need to be a prequel game to visit Gyroid Town? Maybe you could time travel. As notorious space-time botherer Ed wonders aloud.
Guess you could start mucking about with the dates on your 3DS. If you start doing that, I never did it, but doesn't your villagers start commenting, or doesn't someone chastise you if you start doing that? Doesn't the game detect when you do that?
It does.
Yeah.
I believe so. So, well, certainly Rossetti will be furious.
Right. Yeah.
If he detects you've been doing anything untoward, and then a bit like how in Zelda on the Game Boy, if you stole something from a shop, you get called thief. I think your villagers will start calling you a time traveller.
Right.
If you keep on messing with your
Being
plot.
a time traveller is quite cool. I mean, I quite like it if people called me a time traveller now.
Thinking about that, yeah, that isn't a great punishment, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a recognition. They know they're on. They're onto you.
See what you're doing. Could you lose that? I mean, if you stopped, would you lose the?
I mean, it feels like a risky business. In real life, time travel, of course, is possible, but people don't do it because you might mess up the timeline.
We understand the UN's rules on that.
And the same thing in Animal Crossing, like, you don't want to corrupt your save game or mess up your town by, like, what if you accidentally set it to hundreds of years in the past or the future and it was ruined,
And you might find out the origin of a gyroid, so you might be able to travel back.
Oh my God. Has anyone ever done that? Set it hundreds of years back, thousands of years in the past?
Thousands of years back. Find the original civilization that constructs those gyroids.
That's a cool idea. That would be so amazing if that was a huge Easter egg in the game.
We get exactly the right day, the right year.
Yeah, to
and
see it all
you
collapse.
can witness the collapse of the previous civilization.
Maybe like a giant moon from Majora's Mask crashing into the village and
splits.
wiping it out.
It could be an asteroid strike.
Let's return to the present day for a rather more human mystery. Although by human, I do mean hedgehog. Able Sisters, the tailor-turned-fashion boutique, is one of the key retail establishments of the Animal Crossing series. It's run by sibling hedgehogs Mabel Able and Sable Able. Humble, honest, and hard-working, the Able Sisters add a touch of genuine pathos to the Animal Crossing experience. And for Christina, the characters are also a great source of tittle-tattle, hearsay, and, I'm sorry to report, conjecture.
Actually, I think it was because the amiibo figures started coming out for Animal Crossing, and there was the Able Sisters as a trio. I kind of forgot that there was 3 of them, so I started asking about what were they called? And then I found this thing out about Sable. If you talk to her loads, like every day for a week or get to know her, that there's this crazy story that she tells about the Able Sisters, that they've had loads of hardship or something, or she had to look after her kid sisters, and then you unlock this extra feature about fabrics or something, and that I've never figured that out. But it wasn't until recently getting the amiibos and knowing that the Able Sisters were a trio that I kind of started asking about, what's the deal with those guys, and found out this whole extra thing, and I was like, what? It just kind of blew my mind. So that's something I've not unlocked that I want to find out more about by playing the game more, I guess.
So that's kind of deep lore that you can only discover if you engage with Seamstress.
Poor Sable. I think she's the eldest sister. But have you heard of that before?
I have. In fact, I've unlocked the fabric editing thing.
Amazing.
But I don't remember if it was in New Leaf or if it was one of the earlier games.
This is the thing, because I've only ever played New Leaf. I've not got anything handed down from other versions of Animal Crossing. So I guess if you played, is it City Folk and the one on the GameCube? I can't remember what that one was. I remember people playing that, but I never played it. In fact, I remember being turned down hanging out on Halloween because someone wanted to do Halloween and Animal Crossing. And I was like, what are you on about? But I totally understand that now, of course. I have not played any of those older games, so I've not got any kind of heritage that I, from playing that, would have expectations about things that should or might be part of Animal Crossing New Leaf. So I feel like quite a noob with that stuff. I didn't know that that was in an older version or anything, so it's all new to me.
I should clarify that players can unlock the design editor by befriending Sable in all the games in the series. I think. Anyway, I won't go too much more into the Able Sisters, as it might spoil their story, not least for Christina. I'll just say that if you've played Let's Go to the City a lot, or New Leaf, chances are you will have met the third Able Sister already. For a long time I resisted reading up too much about Animal Crossing, because I wanted to discover things for myself as I played. But while spending all this time in Asstown, I couldn't help but catch wind of a few things. For example, remember Ed's favourite character from the last episode? the hapless Dr. Shrunk. He's the down-on-his-luck comedian who will teach the player new emotes for their characters to display in the game via the medium of terrible stand-up routines. It turns out, on rare occasions in Let's Go to the City, if you go to the marquee and get the opportunity to learn one of the 6 emotions that Dr. Shrunk can't teach you, someone else will appear on the stage instead. Dr. Shrunk's respected 110-year-old mentor, Master Frillard. He's a frill-necked lizard, and whether his stories are actually better or worse than Dr. Shrunk's seem to be a matter of some debate online. I think it's fair to say that either way they're pretty terrible. It's still kind of a thrill. There have been no known sightings of Master Frillard in New Leaf. Maybe he's, retired? One stable character who's retired but is very much still in the game is former Mayor Tortimer. The elderly tortoise who once presided over every special event in the previous Animal Crossing games now lives on Tortimer Island, where he spends his twilight years hosting multiplayer mini-games and hanging out with a local family of Kappas. But could there be more to his activities than we realise? Ho pontificates thusly.
Will Tortimer ever get older? Was he ever young?
I think he was younger in previous games because he hadn't retired at that point, so he must now be older.
He's retired to a tropical island
Yeah,
to run games for mayors.
running a lucrative
God.
side business.
Hang on a sec, if you think about it, right, every human character in this new version is a mayor,
Yeah,
a person of influence and power,
yeah,
and they all get together on this secret island to have games.
yeah.
Are they like, is he running the Animal Crossing version of the Bilderberg group? Getting all the people together, having secret rituals?
Well, conversely, if the real-world Bilderberg group are running around an island shooting down balloons, partaking in other mini-games, then maybe they're not quite so sinister after all.
They participate in golf.
Yeah.
That's a game.
It's not much less silly than shooting down balloons, if you ask me.
Or treasure hunts for fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe Tortimer is the head of the Animal Crossing Bilderberg group.
Yeah.
And who's the equivalent of like Alex Jones who's going to take him down? Alex Jones of InfoWars.
When he was previously not quite so extreme.
Yeah. Do you reckon it'd be
Isabel?
Isabel?
Yeah.
You think Isabel's going to turn into like an Alex Jones with her own radio station? Surely it's got to be KK Slider.
Maybe.
You know, he's on the radio, getting his records played.
Don Rossetti?
Don Rossetti.
Yeah.
Oh God, of course, he's got his surveillance centre.
Get a surveillance centre, but we don't see him actually doing anything else, so...
Surely he's the government, though. He's the government agencies working for the Bilderberg group, taking people down, spying on them, knowing when they've not shut the game down properly, not following the world order that he expects. So I think he's part of the Animal Crossing conspiracy run by Tortimer.
Wow. We're going to have to map this out properly to understand the filling locations.
I'll get the pinboard with all the red thread to tie everything together.
Let's do that.
We did eventually connect the dots on the goings-on at Tortimer Island, but it turns out the real scam is those bloody medals you have to earn in order to get the island-exclusive items. If this is the first you've heard of the Bilderberg Group, I highly recommend John Ronson's TV documentary about them as part of his series Secret Rulers of the World. You can find a link on the episode 3 page of the Ashtown website. Now, let's wind up this part of the Magical Mystery Tour with some final thoughts from Ed, Christina and Timothy.
That was like the feng shui system that I was aware of, but I never really bothered to get into too much. I think some of that stuff, you know, there's a different Easter egg system. You can kind of look all that stuff up, but a lot of the fun of it is just stumbling upon things by accident. If you get a walkthrough and work out all the tips and tricks, it detracts from what the game's about. I don't know. Were there any weird rumours about New Leaf that never...
I suppose maybe New Leaf not so much, but other versions of the game, there are some odd things that happen at certain times of the day or certain times of the year that you might not know about unless you stumbled across it. And I always remember there was something about the lighthouse in the GameCube one, something about how you could access that at a certain time. Like, have you ever been to the Reset Centre?
Yeah, Rossetti.
Yeah. So things like that, but less well documented,
that might happen in the other versions of the game.
It does seem like one of those games that in 15 or 20 years someone will go, aha, we discovered this whole new thing that no one ever knew about just by, it's people who kind of, we discovered a new level of GoldenEye or something by tinkering around. And it's one of those sort of games. You could well imagine someone doing something very specific.
Yeah, but not necessarily through hacking, just through someone happening to be awake at the right time. Yeah.
There's a part of me that always thinks there's something I've hugely missed. Like when you first get the boat and you get captain to take you out to the islands and you're like, oh my God, this is this whole extra bit of the game that I didn't know was there. Or the campsite add-on and stuff. I feel like there's always part of me that either hopes or suspects that there's this part of the game that I've never unlocked. I think that's the feeling of Animal Crossing. That's the best thing about playing the game, is that you feel like it's ever expanding or it's always holding more secrets that you can kind of try and figure out through some weird little hack or talking to the right person or doing the right thing or being awake at the right time. I think that's the magic of it, and I still feel that about it. And I think that's what makes it really special as a game.
How did they make a game called Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival so terrible?
The daily grind. You know how it is. Early starts, constant competition, just fighting to be heard. This time is so little. The time belongs to us. Why does everybody seem to be in such a honking rush? When it comes to eating, a busy chick like you simply doesn't have the capacity to plan and prepare a well-balanced meal 3 to 7 times a day. That's where Pigeon Milk can help. Pigeon Milk is a nutritious 100% natural food that contains all the proteins, fats, antibodies and bacteria you need to get your morning off to a flying start and grow a nice strong beak. To start your free trial, just shriek at your parent bird today. Remember, never stop shrieking until you get that milk. Squawk, squawk, squawk and yell. Keep insisting. Never cease, never stop until your parent bird returns to the nest, opens their beak and vomits a hot yellow sludge right down your hungry gullet. Pigeon Milk. Demand some today.
Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry. Hello? Hi?
Oh, hi Timothy. I don't want to keep you too long, but this is really quite urgent.
Oh, what's up? Oh, can you hear me? Sorry, I'm in the supermarket. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hi,
I'm
hi.
here. Hi.
What's up?
Like I was saying, it's quite urgent.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, do you remember when they used to serve pizza at McDonald's?
No. No? Did they?
Yeah, back in the late 80s and like early to mid 90s.
Okay, well, fair enough. As we both know, I was only born in like 1999, so I wouldn't really know.
Yeah. Do you ever think about that though?
No, sorry. I'm just popping into the frozen food section, so do you mind if...
Oh no, yeah, sorry. How do you think it would taste?
The pizza?
Yeah.
Time, I guess. Probably just cheesy, tomatoey. Is there anything else you need? Sorry, I'm literally just buying like a lot of frozen broccoli.
Yeah, sorry. The real reason I'm calling is I'm afraid to say there's a bit of a rumour going around the podcast that you're kind of a bug whisperer.
What?
Yeah.
Bug whisperer? What does that even mean?
Well, they're saying you like catching bugs.
Oh, right. Yeah, fine. I love catching bugs. Is there anything else you need? Sorry. I'm just buying over 2 kilograms of broccoli, so... Anything else?
No, that was all. I just wanted to make sure you knew.
Well, great. Thanks. I really appreciate hearing that people are calling me a bug whisperer. They're probably going to make a movie out. Right. Cool. Anyway, thanks very much. Have a lovely day.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Bug whisperer.
From High Score Club, I'm your mayor, David Fair, and this is Time Capsule, the part of the show where we visit the lost town of one of our guest mayors. In this episode, it's Timothy.
So, Timothy,
Hiya.
this is going to be your first time returning to Animal Crossing New Leaf for how long would you say?
It must have been ages. I couldn't find my 3DS. I spent ages trying to find the game, and then you were like, maybe you just downloaded it. I can't find my charger. It's just a mess.
And it was before the Welcome Amiibo update was pushed out.
A long time. And my last friendship time with Animal Crossing would have been the really disappointing Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, which I bought all the Amiibos for.
Yeah, I understand that was enough to put anyone off perhaps continuing.
Heartbreaking.
Maybe.
Heartbreaking. I've got to say, I've got the old 3DS, so I can't have Amiibo fun with mine, can I?
You can, using the accessory, which I will show you later.
Oh, I didn't bring my Amiibos with me anyway.
No, but
Oh,
I've
okay.
got the
sorry.
Amiibo
Of
cards,
course.
so you can introduce some to your town.
I don't know if I want to. I feel like what I'm witnessing now is like a time capsule that I shouldn't mess around with.
But what if people have left?
Oh God, don't say that. They can't have left, can they? Really?
A lot can happen in X years.
Oh God, that's a worrying thought. Can I just say my main priority is getting my hair fixed and changing outfits. So
Right.
how do I do that?
So your outfit you can change, well, it depends what clothes you've got on your person. You could change right now, or you can go back to your house and see what's in your cupboard.
Okay.
And if you want to get your hair cut,
I've got a letter.
you've got several letters by the looks of it.
Oh, my letterbox is very cross. You can't hold any more letters. Don't tell me what I can't do. Oh, gazelle! Alright, hang on. So let's change outfits first. Oh, I'm wearing the Link outfit, which is fine. It's just... So my house has a gingerbread door. That's nice. That's cute. Alright, so just to explain, my main room, I'd say the aesthetic is...
Scandi.
Really?
Yeah, it's got a Scandinavian. It's very neat. I'm impressed. It's a wide room.
I'd say it's quite it's very statementy. Like
Yeah.
I've got that big stone circle that that pulls a
Ooh,
face at you.
It's scary.
Yeah, I've got a telephone box.
Yeah.
And I've got a palm tree, a giant egg thing, and an ice cream, and a weird technology desk with a typewriter on it, so I look intellectual. What's this light switch do? Any idea?
It turns the lights on and off.
It's not doing anything. So do you want the full tour of my house?
Yeah, go for it.
So in the left wing,
Can you remember?
no, literally no idea. I don't even remember having gross hair like that. Oh, it's very small. It's small, but is that modern?
You've gone all
Yeah,
in for a
it's
collection there.
All themed. It's what's the name? Space Channel 5.
Yeah, or like a 70s orange theme.
Oh no! I just picked up something. I don't want that chair. How do I make it go away? What's this gem? Oh. So display Astro chair. Oh, so Astro. That must be the theme. All right. And I have a spaceship in there as well, which I think is quite cute. So in the next room, in the right wing, it's literally nothing.
It's got Mario themed floor.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
And I don't even have an upstairs.
We better get to work.
Piss off! I mean, my house is tiny.
Exactly, you need to get to work.
Oh,
We
there
have got
is.
an upstairs.
I've got an
and a
upstairs and a downstairs. Surprise! All right, so upstairs is probably the saddest thing I've ever seen. It's just a very small room with what looks like a wardrobe made of balloons.
Yeah, it could do with some work.
I mean, there's nothing in there.
You could rent it out.
Do you reckon?
Put it on Airbnb.
Yeah. Do you reckon all the wardrobe has in it is just more balloon clothes? A balloon dress?
You do acquire a lot of balloon
Oh.
stuff.
The basement,
I like the shabby aesthetic of the walls.
it looks like a torture room, but there's just a giant... Is that a sea mine?
Yeah, I think so.
And a head from Easter Island.
Yeah, brilliant. Imhotep.
Oh, no. Awful. Awful.
That was great.
No, hideous. If that's your idea of great,
It is. I love it. So, well, if you wanted to get a haircut, you need to go to Shampoodle
Shampoodle. Where's that?
in the town.
But aren't already in town.
No. You're in your village.
How do I get... Oh, look, I
So,
can tell you who lives here.
You can. Now, but before looking at that, can you remember your favourite character?
Yeah, Tangy, but she moved out.
Did she definitely?
Yeah, she moved out ages ago. I was heartbroken, but I had to let her go and follow her dreams. Which I felt... She was like a cat made of orange peel.
Oh, I remember Tangy.
Instead, I have Shari, no idea. Eric, no idea. Curly, nope. Wart Jr., who I'm guessing is a frog. Monique, no. And Zell.
I think that's very offensive that you just assume Wart Jr. is a frog.
I mean, come on. Wart Jr. has to be a frog.
I think you had a few extra people as well if you turn your...
What do you mean, a few extra people?
There
Who
you
are
go.
all these people? Rocket, Sly, and Rizzo. Where have they all come from? What? Why are there so many houses? Wait,
Seems like your town's been thriving under Isabel's supervision.
is that a thing? Alright, so hang on. Oh no, I trampled some flowers. Sorry, flowers. So number one, there is a gazelle, who I'm guessing is Zell. She doesn't want to talk to me. Oh, Super T. That's my name, obviously. Super T. You're the mayor of Sassly, and yet you've been away for 3 years!
Ooh.
Jesus Christ!
No wonder you've forgotten so much.
3 years! That's awful. You need to understand how vital your position is and take more responsibility, Super T. Piss off. But I can tell you one thing, I'm so happy to see you. Oh, phew, good save there, Zell. Close call, though.
This is almost like you've come back with amnesia.
Yeah?
The mayor has returned, but the mayor doesn't remember.
I do not remember it being this... Oh, a bug. So,
If you go up that way, you'll get to your the top of town.
I want to see what my public work is. It is.
It hasn't been funded in all these years, has it?
Look, good afternoon. Hey, contribute to campaign to fund a cafe.
Amazing.
Oh, they want a lot of money.
Yeah.
298,000.
Yeah.
Where am I going to get that from?
You better get campaigning.
How? All right, I'll give 1,000. That's good of me. I'm a good person.
Yeah. I mean, at that rate, it's going to take a while.
Oh, a crocodile. Sly. Huh? Are you Timothy? When did you come back? Everyone was worried about you, you know. What kind of mayor just up and disappears all of a sudden? Oh, I suppose you forgot we're workout partners too. Is Sly my boyfriend? I've been brushing up my skills this whole time while waiting for you to come back.
Sounds like you might be.
Yeah, alright then. We can resume our trading and setting it back to normal. Hoorah! I'm into it. I'm into some Sly. It's a sexy crocodile. A squirrel. Oh no, it's a frog. Oh, and it is Wart Jr. Told you so.
Well, I think that's just stereotypes.
Wart Jr. sounds like he's got like a tuba noise. Huh. Seeing your face takes me way back. It was over a year ago, if I'm remembering right. We had a mayor who looked just like you who left one day and never came back. Those of us left behind waited anxiously for the mayor's return. Hey, wait. You're Timothy, aren't you? Where'd you go, you big meanie face? Everyone was worried that you'd never come back, like ever. Now that you're back, I plan on making sure you take care of this town properly again. Oh, he's crying! This feels very intense.
Does it feel good to be back, though?
Not really. They were mean to me.
I mean, you just left and were absent for 3 years.
I was busy.
So I think, in a way, you're getting off quite easy.
No, really? Right, you know what? They don't even need me by the looks of things. So, what I do remember, I'm pretty sure that my town fruit was pears, and I remember being so disappointed with that, because it's like, of all the things to grow, pears.
Nice juicy pears.
No, terrible. Oh, I remember Blathers. Blathers the owl.
Yeah.
What's he been up to?
Sleeping, probably.
Oh, look at my flag. It's a picture of my face.
Very humble.
What's that? Welcome, this is your new cat machine. Oh, it looks like a cat. I get it now.
But look how cute the tokens are as
Yeah,
well.
they're cute. I'll give you that.
It's a Daruma mixed with a cat.
So, I mean, this sounds stupid, but obviously I haven't played for a long time. So what do I do now?
I mean, if you think about it, you know that you want to improve your haircut.
That's true.
So you can go and get a haircut. You can make sure that you've killed all the cockroaches in your house, although we didn't see any, which is very unusual.
Oh no, I would never seen a cockroach. Digby! I forgot how much I loved him. He's adorable. So here are the shops. Oh! Upstairs, I don't think I've ever been in here.
You must have had a haircut.
I don't think so.
I love the music in Shampoodle.
Harriet, hi there, sugar. Welcome to Shampoodle. Oh my, aren't you? Oh jeez, am I going to get this everywhere? Pleasure to meet you. This is my salon.
I think this is the first time you've been there.
Yeah.
Check out the music.
It's cute, yeah, fine. So, how do I... This is what I found frustrating about Animal Crossing. It's like, I know what I want, but then getting it actually done is really difficult because it's all like, do you want a haircut that's like loyal and brave, or do you want a haircut that's true and passionate?
Exactly.
And it's like, well, you know what, this isn't Hogwarts. Like, just, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want, and then you'll... Oh, you know what?
Wouldn't it be a great experiment to ask a real-life hairdresser
Yes!
to do that?
Is that what you're going to do?
Maybe for this podcast, that's what I should do.
I asked my hairdresser to cut my hair in the cutest way possible, and she did. And that's you agreeing. So she said it cost £3,000, and I don't think I can justify that, quite frankly.
But bells, which is more like yen. So I think that's...
Yeah, but if I have to generate nearly 300,000 bells for a cafe, spending...
Yeah, but if you want to raise public funds,
You're
you need
right.
to have a public image that will show that you're respectable.
She'll hold on to my belongings. That's very odd. All right, she wants to hear the new image. First, tell me the overall look you're hoping for. Oh my god. See what I mean? Like, I've got a side between casual and formal.
Yeah.
I'm sliding just to the formal side. Properly formal, you say. So you're the type who pays careful attention to dress codes and things. Since you're the mayor and all, Timothy, that might make you look right for the job.
Exactly.
So she's saying that I don't look right for the job. There are different degrees of the formal style. Are you wanting to fit in at work and the business world, or you prefer more private occasions? What's the difference? Business or private?
I've got to be honest, I've never slid it in this direction, so this is all entirely new to me. This question is about business and private.
Or do you prefer more private and private occasions, I guess? Oh, do tell, Sugar, knowing you're dressing for a private occasion inspires me to work even harder. I want to make sure I don't make a mistake and carried away, so I'll ask one more thing. Is this private occasion a party with lots of people, or is it a date? Is Shampoo flirting with me? Harriet
I
even.
think she's prying.
I feel like it's a secret, but actually, you know what? It's a party. I don't feel I want to bring dating into Animal Crossing. I see. Then you need a hairstyle that works with party fashions. Okay, I can totally picture the hairstyle in my head. So just to point out, at the moment my hair is quite unruly. It looks a bit demonic.
It's a bedhead.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it. A hair colour. What kind of colour speaks to you? Natural, intense, or bright? Oh, I don't know. Bright? For bright colours, how about one of the following? Colour... Oh my... Like, Animal Crossing, just let me have nice hair. No, I have to choose between colour of sweet love, colour of a clear sky, colour of new leaves, colour of angel wings, one of my favourite candles. What would you pick?
I mean, we know that sweet love will be kind of red or pink, a clear sky will be blue, the colour of new leaves will be green, and angel wings will be white.
Really? So I just assumed new leaves was going to be brown, but that makes no sense. I was going to go for new leaves because of the new beginning. So yeah.
Makes sense?
Understood. Now I know exactly what you want. How? You know literally nothing, Harriet. Alright, she's starting to style. She's like, there's a machine that's going over my entire body. It looks like it's sort of... Oh my good lord.
Amazing.
Oh, I actually quite like it. You look both fabulous and totally different. You know what? It works.
It's not what I was expecting.
No, it's but pea green. So it's a very pale green, side parting.
And very kind of flat. I suppose it is formal.
Yeah, I've got like it's a very severe side. I mean, it's actually, I like it.
Good.
It goes well with my outfit.
Usually when my character has his haircut, his reaction in the mirror is "Prong,"
Why?
because I tend to go for the extreme haircuts.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is a green side parting not extreme enough for you? So if I've got a new TPC, do I need to update my picture? How do I look at my TPC? Oh, so my old picture is me wearing a wetsuit, which I clearly love. My my catchphrase is sassy to the max, which was registered on the 14th of June 2013. And I'm wearing like a lot of the Zelda Midna headdress thing.
Looks like it, yeah.
Oh, and I've collected some
Achievements.
That's nice. A letter writer, village representative, street pass expert. That's nice. Oh, can we just pop into Blathers?
I think it's important that we have a look and see what your collections are in the museum as well.
I think if anything, I'll just have a lot of gyroids.
Okay.
So here's the owl, Blathers. Can I say, here's Amiibo, beautiful. I met a man who looked a bit like Blathers. I've told him so as well. It's very impressive. He's very intelligent.
Was he wearing like a checkered cardigan?
No, but he gives the impression of someone that does wear that he's wearing one even without wearing
So
it.
he gave the impression of being a sleepy owl that works in a museum.
Because he lives in America, so I guess the time difference is always a little bit odd. So when I'm talking to him, it's often when he is quite sleepy. Would you want Blathers to be your boyfriend?
Probably not Blathers. The problem is he does go on a bit.
He's a cutie though.
He's definitely cute.
All right, so then I've gone upstairs. Oh, it's a sleeping Celeste. Celeste is really cute. So I can buy stuff from here.
You can buy museum paraphernalia
Yeah.
to improve your exhibition space, and then you've got your exhibition space up on the left there.
Oh, so I've only got one room so far.
Yeah, and I'm very curious to see what you've got in there.
I'm currently just buying some lockers, is that right?
Oh, there's lockers are how you access your stuff. So if you want to put things in storage and take it out.
It's going to be all gyroids, like wall-to-wall gyroids. Yeah, I know. See?
It's not wall to wall.
I've probably got more gyroids, to be fair. I know, I have organised them by size, which is good. So long thin ones at the front. So I can just go check here. Oh, see, more gyroids. Mini tutoid, mini gongoid, mini poltergoid. More tall dingloid, tall droploid. Jeez, how many? Mini lamentoid sounds a bit like me. Buzzoid, squelchoid. There's some weird stuff here. A pouch, Roman candles, balloon
I
chair.
think that pouch is someone's lost property. In fact, that pouch, the book, and that mitten are all lost property
Really?
that you hadn't returned.
Small LED display. Stop trying to make me feel guilty.
Someone's been looking for that. Imagine the library fine on that book.
Look at these bugs. I've got a bug collection.
You have. This is just in your personal storage. It's not
Yeah.
like in the museum.
Jackhammer, Pikmin, Block, Metroid, Green Shell, Lantern, Master Sword.
Do you feel that you're more familiarised with your town now? Memories
Yeah.
being jogged?
Memories have been jogged, but maybe not in a good way. My memories sort of feel disturbed. So can I just go and look at my exhibits?
Yeah, sure.
I love it if I just walked in, it's just full of all the paintings. No,
It's not.
it's literally full of nothing. Literally, there's nothing in here.
That might just be the statue room.
Oh, okay. There's statues.
You've got one painting, look.
Is that Tangy? Oh my god, Tangy, what are you doing here?
Remembers
Woohoo!
you.
Great to see you again. I love running into old friends here when I visit Sassly. Tangy, come back to me! What is that painting? It looks like a bucket of beet juice was splashed in here. I wonder if it tastes yummy. Meow. Tangy! Oh my goodness, she does performance art. I mean, Tangy's just the best. Oh, she did some performance art. It's laughing. Now she's crying. Oh, that was very impressive. So how do I make her move into my town?
It's very hard once they've left to get them back.
Why?
You'll have to hope that Tangy comes and camps in your little campsite. You know, the little tent. So if someone comes to the tent, you can sometimes persuade them to move back. But also, if you used an amiibo card, you can bring
Make
them
her
in.
come back. I do have
Yeah.
a painting though.
You do.
Scenic painting.
Found in 2013.
The Hunters in the Snow. I feel a bit weird seeing Tangy again. It's like bumping into an old ex.
It's a lot like it.
Oh god. I'm glad that she
Ex-villager.
still likes me. I'm glad she still remembers. There's one other animal friend that I can sort of remember. But she was like a really bossy frog that was purple. I feel like a lot of the animals I've got in my town at the moment are very big and not that cute. I want a squirrel. A squirrel would be nice. Oh no, someone lives in an outhouse. Oh, I've changed my mind. It's a mouse and I don't like it. Rizzo. Oh, Rizzo says it's a dream.
Rizzo's got a very deep voice for such a small mouse.
Yeah, why is Rizzo wearing pants on his head? Rizzo's a ninja, right?
Really?
Well, I guess so. Look at the room.
Oh, is that supposed to be a ninja costume? It's that thing around his
Yeah,
head?
like a samurai and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
He loves the gyroids as well. I'm blowing out of town soon, like petals on the wind. I know, poetic. Yeah, I'm putting up roots and moving away. I didn't think people here really got me. Oh, now I feel bad. But I want to be sure to tell you out of everyone here that I'm moving on the 21st of this month. I don't want to say don't go because I want her to be happy. Okay, thanks. That's what I've said. It's been good being a neighbour. We've still got time together, so let's make it count, all right? I think I'm allowed to just have a little rant about Animal Crossing. I feel like it's very emotionally manipulative. Like, that whole stick, it's like, oh, I can sit on a rock.
It's one of the new innovations, yeah.
It's like, that's the sort of passive-aggressive stuff I do. Like, and I'm an awful person. Like, but if you don't want me to go, all you have to do is say, oh, I want to go, but if you don't want me to, like, come on. I'm gonna close it. Yeah.
All right.
It's very tricky. Like bringing Tangy back out of nowhere. That's just a dick move.
Hit you right there.
Yeah. There should be an option to say, Tangy, I've missed you. Move back. Is there?
I don't think so.
Well, then it's not really fair.
But, neither's life, is it?
Yeah, because in life I'd be like, hey, David, your hair looks nice today. Do you want to move in with me? P.S. I never really understood whether you're a cat made of orange peel or just a cat that happens to look like you're made of orange peel. Why are you so obsessed with food? What's going on, Tangy? Was your mum a cat and your dad an orange?
A gingerbread house by the sea, with 70s decor and an Easter Island head in the basement. You too can visit the lost town of Sassly by using your dream suite. Just go to highscoreclub.com and click on Ass Town to find Timothy's dream address in the show notes for episode 3. There you can also see Timothy's delightful tribute to Tangy and find a link to Timothy's own podcast, People I Know, whose guests have included several of the mayors from this show. Well, we've just got time to look into the letters for this episode and... oh my god. I've had one from Nintendo. Oh, I've been hoping this day would come. Some recognition from the Big N. I don't want to jump the gun, but I'm guessing it's an invitation to visit the Animal Crossing team in Kyoto and feed some of my crucial insights into the development of Animal Crossing for Switch. But let's see here. On the 25th of May, the email begins, new legislation regarding data protection, the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, goes into effect in all the countries of the European Union. The GDPR defines how companies have to handle the personal data and privacy of individuals within the EU from now on. I suppose this is useful context, but it sounds pretty formal, so maybe it's a formal invitation. Providing a safe environment to our customers is a core principle for Nintendo. In fact, our company policies protecting your privacy have always adhered to high European standards. Even so, a few changes to our privacy policies have become necessary in order to be fully compliant with the GDPR. So maybe they need my insights as a... You can find the updated Nintendo account policy at the link below. While no action of yours is required, we would encourage you to review it. So no action required then. So, well, let's move on to our listener letters. When regular listener Luke Summerhays heard that Astown would be talking about gyroids, he got in touch because he's genuinely solved the mystery. Normally I would avoid finding out the real answer, but in this case the truth is so incredible and a little creepy that it's worth knowing. However, if, like Martin, you don't want to know the truth about gyroids, please shout, "Don't tell me about the gyroids," over and over for about the next 2 minutes. Luke sent me a blog post that he's written, which we've linked to from the episode 3 page of the Astown website. In it, he explains that gyroids are based on a real type of archaeological item found in Japan. Luke writes that the clay statues called haniwa were buried alongside, or placed atop the burial mounds of, important, powerful or rich figures in Japanese society. This went on for several hundred years, during which time the statues became more sophisticated. Luke includes some photos he took of classic haniwa in the Japan National Museum in Tokyo, and the resemblance to gyroids is startling. And in any case there's any doubt remaining, gyroids are actually called haniwa in the Japanese versions of Animal Crossing. Unfortunately, this leads to a rather grim conclusion. As Luke writes, when you dig up a gyroid in Animal Crossing, you are almost definitely plundering a grave. When you put it into your house and it starts moving and making noises, it's haunted. You are inviting a ghost into your home. In a move that would make you shout at the screen in a horror movie, screaming at the characters not to be idiots, you have taken a vessel from a tomb that might have been specifically designed to house the spirit, and taking it home as a nice little decoration. So there you have it, the horrible truth. Thanks Luke for sending that in. Please do check out his blog post for more detail. I'm going to leave you today with one more mystery, something that's been at the back of my mind for maybe even 15 years. I alluded to it earlier in the show. Back in Animal Crossing on the GameCube, there was one building in the town that was apparently inaccessible, the lighthouse. I always wondered about that lighthouse, sitting there by the sea, lighting up at night. What's it playing at? And I had some sense that it's possible to get into it. I've no idea where I heard that, but I thought that maybe, like the Reset Centre, I'd one day find the door open and stumble my way in. And that never happened. So I looked it up on the old World Wide Web. And guess what? There is a way to gain entry, and it's all down to Tortimer. Back before he'd retired to an island of his own, Tortimer, who normally only showed up for special events, would appear by the Wishing Well, which was the event space in the town, on a random day in January or February. So no wonder I missed this. If spoken to, Tortimer would tell you that he was about to go on vacation and ask you if you would help an old tortoise out with a little job in his absence. If you agree, he then tells you what the job is. You're given access to the lighthouse in order to manually turn on the lamp, which you have to do every day between 6 and 10 PM for the week that he's away. And if you do that every day for a week, you'll get a special souvenir in return. So, Tortimer is the lighthouse keeper. An elderly tortoise with a walking stick has been climbing up all those stairs. Just think about how long that must take. And so, you can enter the lighthouse. If you'd like to see a video of it, go to the Astown website at highscoreclub.com. Next episode, we'll be talking about the role that seasons and events play in Animal Crossing. Got any stories or memories of things happening? Tweet at High Score Club or email asstown@highscoreclub.com. That's it for this episode. I'm heading off now to plant a pitfall seed outside your front door. Asstown is produced by me, David Fair, for High Score Club. There's been lots of exciting stuff happening over at High Score Club, including the spectacular conclusion of Splatournament 6, a Clan Blitz Splatoon tournament that was streamed on Twitch, so check it out. Music for the Asstown theme song, Mayor in an Empty Town, is composed and performed by Christopher Alcock, courtesy of the band Tough Choices. Huge thanks to my guest mayors Charlie Jameson, Ed White, Ho-Yi Lee, Christina Paczynski, Martin Steenton and Timothy Winchester. To find out more about these wonderful mayors, please visit highscoreclub.com. High Score Club is a little video game club for good games and equally good people. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr and Twitch. Pro tip, that's high spelt H-I. Thanks to the generous creators on freesound.org for their royalty-free sound effects. Asstown isn't even slightly affiliated with Nintendo.
The guide.
Stupid things we used to say. We're sending letters every day. Treasured by villagers like a prize to share with mass who came to pride. Now that the only villagers left are the ones you never met. Take stock of leaves that carpet the floor. You don't live there anymore. Maybe one day you'll come around there again in your house town. But maybe one day you'll come around there again in your house town. Once was a happy home.
The guide. The guide. The guide. The guide. The guide.